Hi, and welcome to BeatleDave's Beatles channel. Today's video is episode 12 of my Apple Records album series, so please come and join me. So hello there and a wonderfully warm welcome to BeatleDave's Beatles channel. I really hope I find all you fantastic Beatles people doing really well out there, and thank you so much for joining me again today on the channel. Well, the subject for today's showing is episode 12 of my Apple Records album series, and it's the Badfinger album No Dice, which is their second LP release under that band name, and the first to feature of course Joey Molland, whom I've met on several occasions and is a really nice guy. And actually this album featured the song Without You, which became a massive hit for of course Harry Nilsson. So in this series I've decided to show each album in release date order, as well as showing any additional USA or reissue pressings, and of course 8 tracks too. So obviously I won't be showing any solo Beatles albums, just the other artists that were signed to Apple Records with the dedicated UK and USA releases. Okay then, so right now it's time for something a little bit different. It's Ask BeatleDave, yeah! So of course it's Ask BeatleDave, where I'll be answering your questions that you have about anything Beatles related, maybe about anything that I've shown or haven't shown, maybe about anything to do with the guys' solo careers, just about any question that you can think of that you want to ask me, and I'll endeavour to answer it right here for you guys. So today's question then is from Terry Pearson. How you doing, Terry? Hope you're well, my friend. And he asks, BeatleDave, do you have a favourite promo film from each of the guys? So excellent question there, Terry, and thanks for that. So okay, I'm going to start with John as always, and I've been looking on YouTube and refreshed my mind with some of the solo videos of the guys, and I think my favourite promo video of John's, it just has to be Mind Games. Not only is it one of my favourite Lennon tracks, but it's so great to see him relaxed walking around New York, I believe, mingling and talking to people and just being himself. You know, it's just a great video and I absolutely love it. A little bit more difficult though is with Mr. McCartney, as he's made so many great ones, but I've narrowed it down to 2, with Take It Away coming a close second, but of course Coming Up being actually the winner. Such a clever and entertaining video of Paul and Linda playing multiple people. I mean, this one's always stood out for me, and just there again, I just love this video. So on to George then, and actually once again I had to narrow it down to 2 choices, with Crackerbox Palace becoming a close second to When We Was Fab. And once again though, it's another really entertaining video and clever video, and it's a great song, and it also features Ringo Starr being quite humorous as always. And a little side note actually is at the point of when George, Ringo and the Walrus are playing, there's a moment where a guy actually walks by with the Imagine sleeve, but it's the guy after which is apparently Paul McCartney. What do you think? There's much debate out there, but I think it is. Finally, Ringo then, and absolutely no contest here, just absolutely love the Back Off Boogaloo video. No question, just a great song and a simplistic idea of Ringo being stalked around Tittenhurst Park by the monster, and eventually these 2 guys are just dancing around together. It's just hilarious, I just love it. So Terry, my friend, I really hope that answers that question for you. And guys, if you want to contribute to Ask BeatleDave, just send me a question in the comments and I'll include it in a future episode. It's that simple. So come on guys, please me by getting involved and ask me some super questions. So now of course, it's time for I Call Your Name. So yes, it's on to them fabulous old shout-outs, and it's a great big BeatleDave hi to Tom Nelson, Steve Biasia Dubada, hiya Steve, Nick Elias, Duncan Moss, Richard Spadafora, M, George Price, how you doing George, and HST Driver. So that's a massive hi to all of you Beatle people from yours truly, BeatleDave. So on to the main event then today, and it's episode 12 of my Apple Records album series, and it's the Badfinger album No Dice. So please come and join me. Released by Apple Records USA on the 9th of November 1970 and on the 27th of November in the UK, Badfinger's No Dice album was their third studio release, including their first album Maybe Tomorrow with their original band name, The Ivies. With bassist Ron Griffiths' departure, the inclusion of Joey Molland also meant a switch around within the group itself, with Tom Evans moving to bass guitar from rhythm, allowing Peter Ham or Joey to play lead or rhythm guitars as required. The No Dice LP was their first album to include recently recruited Joey Molland, and it was with this release that seemed to significantly expand the group's popularity, especially more so in other countries. With Mal Evans and Geoff Emerick producing, the album was recorded at Trident and Abbey Road Studios in April to August of 1970, with Peter Ham being the main writing contributor, although Joey Molland did co-write 4 tracks on the record. The LP included their hit single, No Matter What, and also another original song by Ham and Evans called Without You, which would become a massive hit for the American singer Harry Nilsson. One of the album reviews stated, Badfinger is one of the best songwriting groups around, one of the best singing groups anywhere, and now with an absolutely great lead guitarist in Pete Ham, they're really one fabulous whale of a group. Reaching a respectable number 28 in the USA Billboard Top 100 Albums chart, the album was seemingly widely praised. Sadly though, the album did not chart in their homeland, but was reissued in 1992 by Apple, with several bonus tracks added to the original LP. So let's take a look. So firstly, starting then with the USA issue of Badfinger's No Dice album, issued on the 9th of November 1970 on Apple Records catalogue number SKAO3367. So onto the sleeve first then. So we've got No Dice by Badfinger there at the top. Very different looking sleeve. Apparently the model's name is Kathy. And we've got the whole image which is spread across the whole of the gatefold, which I'm going to show you guys straight away. Got a little bit of tone in there on the centre, a little bit of ring wear as well. I've never really got round to getting a better copy of this, but it's not too bad. So we got down to the bottom there, we got the album track listing, of course. Let's just fold that back over. So on the bottom left there, the album tracks are I Can't Take It by Pete Ham, I Don't Mind by Tommy Evans and Joey Molland, Love Me Do, obviously that's not the Beatles song, it's by Joey Molland, Midnight Caller, Pete Ham, No Matter What, absolutely fantastic song. Without You, of course, made famous by Harry Nilsson, written by Pete Ham and Tommy Evans. Then on to side 2 then, we've got Bloodwind, which is by Pete Ham, Better Days by Tommy Evans and Joey Molland, Had to Be by Mike Gibbons, and Watford John, which is by the whole band, written by the whole band, Believe Me by Tommy Evans, and We're For the Dark, which is by Pete Ham. And on the right there, we got produced by Geoff Emerick and produced by Mal Evans, engineers John Killander and Richard Lush, with all songs written by Badfinger, thanks to Fergie, Nick and Bill, and designed by Gene Mahan and Richard DiLello, which is joint effort. Photographs by Richard DiLello. And of course it's manufactured by Apple Records, 1700 Broadway in New York. Fantastic stuff. So let's take a look at the actual gatefold on the inside, of course, which is a fabulous shot of the guys. Really nice photo. And of course by each one of the guys there you've got their name, as you can see, and what they do in the band. Fabulous stuff. Really nice picture. So of course we've got that spine as well. Hopefully it's the right way up. Just a plain white inner, Apple bag then for this particular release. No thrills on this one. So onto the vinyl then. Quite a nice thickish vinyl, this one. Pretty good shape as well. Really good looking piece of vinyl. Nice stuff. Nice labels as well. We got No Dice there, Badfinger at the top. With on the right there we got stereo with the catalogue number, and of course side 1 with all the tracks listed there on side 1 as well. So the matrix then on side 1 is SKAO 1-3367. So I'm going to flip that over then to the half side. Once again there on the left you got No Dice, Badfinger, and on the right there you got stereo with the catalogue number and side 2, with all the tracks there for side 2. And at the bottom there, we've got recorded in England with manufactured by Apple Records Inc. Once again, the matrix on side 2 is SK80-23367. Really great album this. If you've never heard it, it's definitely worth a listen. A really classic Badfinger. My favourite album. So on to the USA 8-track of No Dice by Badfinger, released on the 9th of November 1970 on Apple Records and Tapes, catalogue number 8XT3367. So obviously, as you can see then, we've got a completely sealed 8-track tape. Really fantastic, really hard to find these ones. Once again though, you've got the No Dice and Badfinger at the top of the image, with half of the image there, and of course the Apple, and you've got the catalogue number there. With program 1, 2, 3 and 4 in a slightly different order than the album. And of course you've got recorded in England with Apple 8-track stereo. Then at the top there, once again, you've got Apple 8-track stereo. With at the back, the Apple 8-track stereo warranty. Fabulous stuff. And then of course, at the bottom, Badfinger, No Dice, and the catalogue number. It's in really perfect condition, this tape. Really fantastic. So on to the first UK issue of Badfinger's No Dice LP, released on the 27th of November 1970 on Apple Records, catalogue number Sapcor 16. So once again then, start with the sleeve. And as you can see, we've actually got No Dice in black as opposed to gold. And I must confess, I think I actually prefer the gold. It looks much better. Then you've got Badfinger, and of course we've got Kathy, the model again. Exactly the same image as the USA version, which I'm going to fold out one more time. Slightly a little bit of age in there again on the centre spread. And then once again, we've got the track listing, which is exactly the same as the USA version. And all the credits bottom right with that Apple logo. Fabulous stuff. And of course we got the same image of the guys on the centre spread. Really nice image. Glowing orange, really nice sort of orangey tinge. Fabulous stuff. So let's take a look at that spine as well. Hopefully we can just about read something. So a plain white inner sleeve then. It's got the patents number bottom left with the Made in England on the right there, but absolutely no frills, just your plain paper inner. So onto the vinyl then. It's a lovely thick vinyl, this one, and it does sound really, really fantastic. All the UK Apple ones sound fabulous. As you can see, it's still quite a dark label. Obviously into 1970 they were still using dark Apple labels. Started to go a lot lighter in about 1971. But we've got the Apple records around the perimeter there with the No Dice above the centre hole. Got a 33 1/3 manufactured in the UK with side 1 on the left, with stereo with the catalogue number and of course the P1970 on the right. With all the tracks listed there with Badfinger and of course production credits from Jeff Emmerich and Mal Evans. Fabulous stuff. With the matrix on side 1 being Sapcor 16A-2U. Really beautiful condition. Flipping that over to the half side, spin that around. Once again, it looks absolutely fabulous, these labels. I don't think you can beat the dark labels, the early Apple ones. They're really nice looking. Once again, you've got that Apple records around the perimeter with the No Dice above the centre hole and 33 1/3 there, manufactured in the UK and side 2. With on the right, you've got stereo, Sapcor 16 and P1970. With all the tracks listed for side 2, Badfinger, and once again all the production credits. With the matrix on side 2 then being Sapcor 16B-2U. And these Apple albums are starting to really creep up in value these days. I've been looking on eBay and wow, they've certainly been creeping up. So on to the UK reissue LP, which was part of the Apple Records reissue campaign in the 1990s. And this was released on the 30th of June 1992 on Apple Records, catalogue number Sapcor 16, and the barcode number is 0077779869817. So onto the sleeve then, and the great thing is we've actually got No Dice written in gold. Absolutely fantastic, looks much better to me. With Badfinger there, and of course we've got Kathy, the model, once again. Slightly shiny sleeve this one, obviously it looks a little bit better being shiny. So we've got the full image there, And this is actually a not for sale copy, this particular one. So we're going to flip that back over so it's easier to see. So we've got that little barcode there with the manufacturer's property not for sale details. And bottom left, we've got side 1 and side 2 of the original album. With right at the bottom, you got originally released in 1970, all tracks digitally remastered, which is by Ron Fermanak, of course. And of course, we've got the Granny Smith in gold as well. And record 2 then is bonus tracks, all previously unreleased. We've got Get Down, which is written by Tom Evans, Mike Gibbons, Peter Ham and Joey Molland. Friends Are Hard to Find by Joey Molland. And then we've got Mean Mean Jemima, which is also by Joey Molland. And side 2, we've got Lovin' You by Mike Gibbons. And I'll Be the One, which is written by all the band. Fabulous stuff. So of course, let's take a look at that gatefold as well, which is exactly the same as all the previous issues I've shown. Exactly the same photo. Really looks great. So of course we've got that spine as well, which is a nice big thick spine. So we've got Badfinger there, with no dice and the barcode number. So a nice printed inner sleeve then with this particular issue. It's in fabulous shape. Nice picture of the guys there with some broken old car. And of course we've got some information there about the album and the guys. And flipping that over, some more information there. We've got all the track listings for side 1, side 2 and of course the bonus album. With some production credits, sleeve notes, of course that Granny Smith and the reissue digitally remastered details from 1992. Fantastic stuff, really nice inner sleeve there, great stuff. So on to record 1 then, and I really do love these remastered Apple albums. They are so good and they sound so great, really nice, got great labels on most of them. Of course, as you can see there, we've got 33 1/3 with manufactured in the UK and side 1 to the left, and all tracks digitally remastered by Ron Fermanak, of course. With no dice there, just above the centre hole, and stereo to the right with Sapcor 16, and of course at the bottom we've got all the tracks listed with Badfinger, and of course produced by Jeff Emmerich and Mal Evans. With the matrix on side 1 being then Sapcor 16 1A-1-1-1-D. So it's flipping that over then to side 2. Another great looking label, really nice and fresh. Once again, you've got the 33 1/3 on the left with manufactured in the UK. With side 2, all tracks remastered by Ron Fermanak. With on the right there, you've got stereo, Sapcor 16. And of course, all the tracks listed for side 2. And Badfinger, with produced by Jeff Emmerich and Mal Evans. Once again, the matrix on side 2 is Sapcor 16, a 1B-1-1-1-D. Fabulous stuff. So for the second album then, we've got just a plain white in a bag, made in Great Britain. It's polylined, so that's one good thing, I suppose. So on to the bonus album then. We've got 5 unreleased tracks. Really great. This one's slightly thicker than normal. Some of the bonus albums, they're really quite thin actually, these ones, but this is not too bad. Of course, it says bonus tracks there at the top. With on the left, we've got 45 RPM, manufactured in the UK, side 1, all tracks digitally remastered by Ron Fermanak, with stereo on the right hand side and Sapcor 16, with 3 tracks on this side, and then we've got Badfinger, and of course the production credits. With the matrix on side 3 being Sapcor 16 2A-1-1-1-D. I'm going to flip that over then to the final side. 2 tracks on this side. Once again, you've got the bonus tracks at the top there above the spindle hole, with the 45 on the left, manufactured in the UK, and side 2, with all tracks digitally remastered by Ron Fermanak, with on the right there stereo, Sapcor 16, and of course the 2 tracks listed, and then we've got the production details and Badfinger at the bottom there. So the final matrix then is Sapcor 16 2B-1-1-1-D. Fabulous stuff, really nice album, really love No Dice, great stuff. So thank you everybody for tuning in again today on the channel, and I really hope you enjoyed seeing those fabulous No Dice LPs and items that I've shown you. And don't forget, as always, I appreciate any comments or communication I get from any of you fabulous Beatles people, and I'll always come back to you as soon as I can. So the next Apple Records album series episode will be back again next month with the album Yoko Ono Plastic Ono Band, which is the companion release to the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band LP. So the next video, it's back to the solo years, episode 8, and on to the first Wings album, Wildlife. So make sure that you're here in 2 weeks, same Beatles time, same Beatles channel. So anyway, as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, why not give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. This is BeatleDave signing off.